Leading FBC sports tonight, the national women's rugby team is through to the semi-final of the Asia Women's Rugby Championship. The girls beat Singapore 50 points to nil in the quarter-final. Earlier, they defeated Chinese Taipei 36-7 in their final pool match. Sri Lanka was dumped 44-7 in the opening game, and the girls went on to thrash South Korea 15-0. The winner qualifies for the World Cup next year and the IRB World 7 Series. The court's Inter-District Championship will be about retribution for Rewa. The Delta Tigers have been focused and won't settle for anything less than a win. Shelvin Chand caught up with the team during their midday friendly match against neighbours Nesinu.
Rewa, who undoubtedly are one of the soccer giants of Fiji, admit their performance in the BOG left a lot to improve on. For the Tigers, it's time to put their game face on.
And we'd like to make amends for the two tournaments earlier in the year. So, and this is one of the chance that we might qualify to the Champions League for next year.
Rewa Solomon imports have always played a major role, and this time around it's no different, with 3 key players already in camp.
I can confirm that one has arrived, Abram Ninika, and still waiting confirmation for James Naka. But should they be here by tomorrow, we look to just get the boys gel in.
Rewa faced host and tournament favourites, Ba in the opening game.
Ba has the advantage winning the National League and also home crowd advantage. And on top of that, they have been giants of football in this country, and we do respect them. But we're coming into the tournament on Wednesday with an objective, and that's to make sure that we achieve our objective on Wednesday.
The path to the semi-final doesn't get any easier, with following matches against Suva, Nandi and Savu Savu. Shelvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Baulevu High School will get their first taste of IDC football this year. The small rural school, with a roll of barely 500, hopes to claim the top prize in their first outing. Shelvin Chand was at Baulevu.
Baulevu High made it to the court's IDC after winning the Southern Zone Championship. They fought against all odds and they want to do it again. These young boys know they'll be up against school teams laced with district and national age grade reps.
With the players for playing for district level, the teams which they've got more advantage. But for my team, there is nothing less. I think they'll do the best. Though it's teamwork, they'll play with their guts and with confidence, and they'll be able to topple the bigger schools.
For the small community, this is a huge moment, and they have rallied behind the team. The players feel this is another reason why nothing less than a win will do.
It is a very privileged thing that it is a small school. The community are giving the hands with us, so we feel proud.
The players seem less bothered about the caliber of their opponents and more focused on playing their game.
No, it doesn't matter how class player they are. We'll just do our training that we are doing. We'll just do what we are going to do there. It's okay.
Like every other team in the court's IDC, Baulevu High School dreams of winning the IDC trophy. That will depend on how they play in Ba. But until then, the team is training hard and they believe they have what it takes to become winners. Shelvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Taviuni has turned the tables on Tailevu Neita Siri, forcing a third game in the Fiji Sun GP Batteries National Football League Premier Playoffs. Tailevu Neita Siri needed a draw to win the Premier title, but Taviuni secured a 1-0 victory to level the series. The decider will now be played after the court's IDC. And Ba won the league under-21 division, beating Lambasa 6-0. The Fiji Bati takes on Italy this Friday, and their only international game this year. The coaches aren't worried that this is the first time the team is actually playing together without even a week of training together. Shelvin Chand has more.
NRL and Super League players will join up with Mbati once they reach Australia next week. The management believes the players can play as a unit despite not having run the field as one.
Most of our players are in the team, they have been playing in Australia. since there are only 5 of us locally, and playing in Australia for them to blend together in a very short time, for the coaches and the coaching panel, that is not a hurdle at all.
Navngona says most of the team has been in professional league games, so fitness won't be an issue.
Because they have been playing in Australia and they know the condition, and since most of them are from a professional field and blending with our local players, that won't be a problem for us.
The Italians are an unknown side when it comes to rugby league. That makes the upcoming match all that more unpredictable.
Since this is the first time Fiji is playing Italy and we haven't played them before, so it will be a tough match for us.
Only 5 locals have been named in the Mbati side to face Italy, with overseas-based players leading the charge next Friday. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Overwhelming interest in Taekwondo has seen more clubs spring up in the Central Division. The Fiji Taekwondo Association is now preparing to take the best athletes to Oceania in December. Shalvin Chand has more.
There was only one club in Suva at the beginning of the year. It's a different story now, and this has the parent body thinking.
National competition, in fact, is going to be held in November, and Nasinu Taekwondo has put their hands up to host it this time. It's going to be the first time that our national event is going to be hosted away from Suva. In fact, and we're encouraging other clubs to come up and promote these things.
Having more clubs augurs well for the parent body, as they hope to have the cream of the crop represent Fiji.
There is a Oceania competition in December in Brisbane this year. It's quite a huge tournament, which includes obviously Australia and New Zealand athletes. We're planning to take at least 1 or 2 athletes down to that competition.
Being a minor sport, there's always problems with funding. But with more clubs, Fiji Taekwondo feels they have the answer.
We had some problems with getting funding, but we're slowly overcoming that hurdle, and having these new clubs come up, it's always a great help in getting those funds to us.
Taekwondo is a form of martial art which combines combat techniques, self-defense, sports and exercise. With renewed interest in the sport, there are hopes for better things to come. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.